Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tea Time with Terrica. And today we're going to be focusing on the senses, specifically the sense of smell. And the reason why I wanted to do the senses of smell is I just thought it was funny. I was just going through some products and things that I really enjoy. And I thought it was funny that certain senses, certain smells can kind of trigger some flashbacks from when you're a child. Sometimes you get the negative flashbacks. Sometimes you get the positive flashbacks. But I was, smelling certain things, and some things were kind of triggering some past childhood memories that I totally forgot about when I became older. So, like, the first thing that I thought of was like in daycare, there was a certain food that I just could not eat, and like I got a whiff of it, I think, at the grocery store, and it just triggered something in my childhood that made me remember about how much I hated it. And that smell was beets. My mom knows this. When I was in daycare, when I was a little girl, they used to serve us beets, and I used to hate it when they would serve us beets, because I thought that beets looked like little blood cells, and it smelled awful, and it was sour, and I was like, ew. And so I've never even tried beets after that, because it just, every time I see a beet, it triggers that childhood memory of how I hated it when I was in daycare, and I hated the smell, I hated the look of it, and it was one of those things I could never get over. Like certain foods now, I've learned to love, like tomatoes I used to hate when I was little, and kind of grown to love them as an adult. But beets, I just can't get into eating beets now as an adult. But besides, negative childhood memories, there's also positive childhood memories that kind of triggered some of my senses. And the reason why I wanted to talk about the senses was because of a scent I was smelling the other day, and it was frankincense. And I never really heard of frankincense before. The only thing I've heard about frankincense was I knew it was one of the oils that they gave Jesus when he was born, but I never knew exactly what frankincense was. I was like, okay, why are they giving them frankincense and myrrh? What's so special about frankincense and myrrh? And so I researched it recently and found out that frankincense has a lot of cool properties to it. The first thing is it's a good moisturizer. So you can put frankincense into your lotions, you can put it into your night cream, and it serves as a good moisturizer, which I didn't know. And also, frankincense is great for if you're doing yoga or any type of exercise to kind of calm your nerves. And it's also good for like the post-practice massages. So it's good for, massages and clearing your mind. It's also great, which is maybe the reason why they gave it to baby Jesus, I'm not sure. But it also elevates your spiritual experiences every day. So you can basically elevate your spiritual senses by diffusing it every day, either in your home or in your office, wherever you are. So it will elevate those spiritual experiences into, your life. So I never knew that before. And when I smelled it, it kind of triggered something in my childhood that I never even thought about before, because I was like, okay, I didn't really know what essentials oil was until like recently. And then I thought about when I smelled the frankincense that my dad would usually, when we were younger, he would anoint us with oil. He would rub some oil on our foreheads right before we went to school. And I remember, when he was delivering papers, and we had to stuff the papers and put them into the baggies, and waking up early in the morning, even though we were tired, he would bless us with oil by rubbing some oil on our forehead. And he would pray for us every morning before we go to school. And it was just funny that frankincense kind of triggered that childhood memory. And it just, I've never even thought about it before. So that's why I wanted to do a special tea with Terrica, because the senses are crazy like that, where they can trigger childhood experiences, they can trigger bad things, they can trigger good things that you may have forgotten as an adult, but it just for some reason it brings it back. Another one that kind of got me into essential oils was lavender. And that was like one of the oils that got me hooked on essential oils, because my daughter, if you don't know her, she has a very, very rough time sleeping. She sleeps sideways, and I don't mean like slanted like that. She will sleep where she takes up the whole bed, like she sleeps that way. And you try to move and her body will move a little bit closer and a little bit closer to you, and she'll be all kinds of ways. Sometimes she's upside down, sometimes she's got her feet in your face. So yeah, she's a very restless sleeper. And so a good friend of mine, Kaylee Mancha, kind of introduced me into some of the essential oils. I've heard of essential oils before, but wasn't really sure what essential oil was. I was like, what is it? You cook with it? What is oils? I don't know what that is. So I tried the lavender and I fell in love with it. And my daughter, she has fallen in love with it. She's gotten to the point where she asks for her sleepy time oil every night, like clockwork. She calls the lavender for some reasons sleepy time, because I guess it helps her to sleep. So like clockwork, she calls for lavender, her sleepy time, every day, and I rub it on her forehead, I rub it on her arms, I rub it on her feet, and it works like clockwork. Like within 10-15 minutes she's already fast asleep. So it's come to be basically a routine for her. So I gotta say, I love my essential oils, and I love that different scents of the essential oils can work for different properties in your systems. It can work for sleep, it can work for anxiety, it can work for a boost of energy. And that's kind of why I got into learning more about the essential oils and what they do. Now lavender is a very, very cool oil. It's probably one of the Swiss knives of essential oils, because it does a lot of things and it's used in a bunch of things. The biggest thing they use lavender for is the aroma, because lavender, if you ever smell it, it smells so good. They use it a lot in like linen sprays, spray it on your pillow, spray it on your couch, kind of like Febreze, but more natural. You can also use it to help you sleep, which is why Kaylee loves it. She always falls asleep with lavender. You can use it on the bottom of your feet to relax. And the cool thing about lavender is it's not just for children, it's for adults as well. It relaxes you. You can use it for massages. You can put a cup of Epsom salt with like 4 drops of the lavender in it in your bath, and it will, you know, make you more relaxed and more calm. I like to do it especially when after I'm working out. It calms my muscles and things like that, and the smell of it just relaxes my whole body. So lavender, if you never tried an essential oil, I highly recommend you try lavender. I also highly recommend you try frankincense if you want to be more elevated into your spirituality. So those are very good oils to start off with. And also, since we're talking about senses and our sense of smell, there is something I wanted to try. Tried it this month was my first month, because I really like perfumes and things like that, but perfumes are expensive. You ever try to buy a vial of perfume and then it lasts you a long time, but I'm one of those type of people that likes to change my scent every once in a while. So I don't want to just have one vial of perfume and I have to use it for every 2 or 3, 4 years. I want to change it up a little bit. So I tried a company called Scentbird, where it's a monthly prescription. It's less than like $20 a month, and what they do is they send you like a little vial, a 30-day month supply of Scentbird. And what it is I can show you. It comes in a little package like this. I just got this when I received it yesterday. Very cute, with a little black package. And what it is, you select what kind of scent you want, and all of the scents that they have are all name brand scents that are very expensive. So they let you try them before you actually buy a big, you know, vial of perfume, and then you end up not liking it. So I really like the Scentbird, and it comes like a little baggie like this, a little velvet baggie, and then you open it up. And then it comes in different colors, but the one I have is white. Let's see if I can focus it. And it says Scent Bird on it. It's got a cute little bird on it. And then what you do is you twist it. And see that? It's got a little spray. And then you basically spray it on you, rub it on. And the one I have smells really, really good. I was very surprised. But it's from Juicy Couture. So this one's Viva La Juicy Glace. And this one smells really good. If you like the sweeter smell of perfume, you'll love this. It's not very floral. It's more sweeter, like fruit. So it definitely has the perfect name, but it smells really, really good. And as you can see, they give you plenty of perfume that will last you a month. And like I said, the subscription, I think it's got to be less than $20 a month. So every month you can receive a different perfume. If you want to change it off, maybe order some for your husband or your spouse, and you want to have a date night and you want to have some different smells, you can do that. But it's a really cool subscription. I definitely will order it next month as well, because I like this perfume. That was really good. So those are some of the few things that I liked. I like to smell good, and I love smelling things. So the essential oils I've definitely fallen in love with. My family has fallen in love with. And Scent Bird, I absolutely love that I can order a different perfume every month, and I don't have to worry about having a big vial of perfume I wear once a year, because it's the same perfume every day. So I like the variety of that. So I would definitely recommend you check the Scent Bird out, because it's a really cool deal, and it'll save you some money. It'll save you some time of trying out different perfumes and going out to the mall or to a center and trying to find out which perfume you like. They send it directly to your home. So definitely. Then I wanted to ask everyone, what is the one scent that every time you smell it kind of triggers a childhood memory in your life? Depending on if it's a good scent or a bad scent. I'm very curious to see what kind of scents kind of triggers your childhood memory. Like I said, mine was beets and frankincense, which is very surprising. But yeah, just let me know, what is your favorite scent that you smelled recently that kind of triggered a childhood memory. All right, and you take care, guys. I'll see you next Tuesday. Take care.